Welcome to Lawyers Who Care, the video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And on each episode, we will meet a new lawyer and they will share stories of when they went beyond legal counsel for the benefit of their client. My name is Andrew Samlin. I'm the principal of Samlin Wealth, a nationally recognized wealth management firm for lawyers, their firms, and their clients. And let's applaud Lawyers Who Care and learn from them. Today, my guest is Dov Treiman. He is a partner at Adam Leitman Bailey, PC, and Dov co-manages the Landlord-Tenant civil litigation practice and is a leading authority in the Landlord-Tenant bar, having published over 80 volumes on the subject. Welcome, Dov.
Thank you. Pleasure to be here.
So, Dov, tell us how you came to the law. What brought you to your profession?
It was a little bit circuitous. I grew up as the son of an attorney, and like any proper rebellious teenager from the 1960s, that meant that I didn't want to be a lawyer. So I decided to specialize in math when I went to college. And in doing that, I had the growing realization that I would be playing this immense intellectual game, but not necessarily improving anybody's life. And that began to gnaw at me. And so in seeking a profession that would actually improve lives, I settled in on two, although one of them took me a lot longer to get into. The two that I settled in on were the law and being a pastor in a church. And I wound up doing both.
You mean math isn't necessarily a higher calling?
Oh, math is an extremely high calling for mathematicians.
Yeah.
And I love solving a good puzzle as much as the next person. I take 12:01 a.m. every day when the New York Times puzzles change to start solving them. And that is great fun. But as far as fulfillment, as far as feeling that I've actually accomplished something, improving a human life, particularly someone who is in distress, just brings out the Dudley Do-Right in me.
Gotcha. So tell us about the client, either client management or a client emotional management. Tell us how that manifests itself for you in your practice.
Well, interestingly, in my office, I'm frequently referred to as the rabbi. And it is precisely because I ascertain the emotional needs of a client, and then I work within the framework of those needs in order to come up with a solution for the case that not only benefits the bottom line for the client, as most typically is the case, but makes the client feel that they have been cared for. The practice of litigation can be extremely abusive on one's emotions. You need someone to hold your hand. I do that. You need someone to wipe your tears away. I do that. You need someone in front of whom you can cry. I am that. And I find that it is a complete fallacy to believe that there is a field of practice that is immune from clients' emotional needs. Because even if you are representing a corporation, it's never Mr. Incorporated with whom you are dealing. You are dealing with the president of the corporation, or a manager, or an employee. And that is a living, breathing person who needs to be heard. So listening is an extremely, extremely important skill. one that I see you're exercising at the moment.
Well, this video is not about me. I want it to be about you.
Yes, but you see, I can point to you as an example of what should be done.
Well, I'll find a compliment there, and I'm gonna take that. So thank you for giving me that.
No
How
problem.
that mindset of support isn't shared by every member of the bar. How come?
Well, we all go with the strengths that we have. There are lawyers who are better at analysis than I am. There are lawyers who are better at drafting than I am. There are lawyers who are better at thinking on their feet than I am. Lawyers who are better at framing a question than I am. We bring to the field the strengths that we have. Now, what is extremely fortunate for me as a managing partner of a team is that I can assemble the team to bring each of those talents to bear. If they need the rabbi, I'm there. If they need someone with sharpened courtroom skills, I've got another partner I can be turning to. If they need someone who is even more sympathetic than I am, I've got another partner I can turn to. That is the joy of teamwork, but it is also the realization that different people manage things differently. We are all unique human beings. And it doesn't help if you try to pretend to be what you are not. It's better to call in someone who can do it better.
And the team at Adam Leitman Bailey, you find that and of course, no team is 100% complete except for maybe the 87 Mets, or you can pick any team that you want that has a Super Bowl ring. Which one did you want to reference?
69 Mets.
Okay. You might have a couple of years on me, Dov. How knowing what one's good at and what they may not be the best at takes some time. How do you recommend the earlier generation begin to identify that? Because that takes some time to kind of realize.
Excellent question. I always recommend to the up and coming lawyers that they get internships and that they be broad-minded in the kinds of internships that they will get. Try to get them at different kinds of practices so that you can see what the practice culture in which you can best express your talents is, to see what your talents are, where your strengths are, where your weaknesses are. Always, I say to a young lawyer, find a mentor. And I'm all too happy to be the mentor. I believe that is a duty I have to the profession, to mentor younger attorneys, but also it speaks to my particular joy in helping people. So looking for a mentor is an extremely important thing, which also means having humility. Being able to turn to the partner and saying, I have no idea what you're talking about. Can you explain it again? That is extremely important.
And as important as it is, it's extraordinarily rare, as you've seen.
Unfortunately so, yes.
Yeah.
Humility is probably the most humble of all the virtues and extremely difficult to cultivate.
By the way, everyone, today my guest is Dov Treiman. He is a partner at Adam Leitman Bailey PC in New York City. Dov, can you provide our audience with your contact information twice, please?
Sure. My contact information twice. I'm Dov Treiman, and I am at Adam Leitman Bailey PC Our general website is ALB Law Firm, no underscores or anything, .com. So ALBlawfirm.com. I can be reached at dtreiman@alblawfirm.com, or you can call me. My direct dial is 212-584-1959. That's dtreiman@alblawfirm.com, 212-584-1959.
Wonderful. This has been the Lawyers Who Care video show podcast that highlights attorneys who go above and beyond for their clients. And Dov is a perfect example of the uniqueness of how he practices, who he is, and how that benefits his clients. If you're an attorney or know one who goes above and beyond, feel free to reach out to us at 914-666-6600. Number again, 914-666-6600. Dov, it's been a pleasure, and thanks for joining us today.
It's been my pleasure indeed, Andrew.